There is something quietly powerful about reaching your 60s. Decades of experience, a sharper sense of what matters, and honestly, a well-earned right to travel in comfort. But here is what most people in this age group do not realize. Airports and airlines have quietly built an entire ecosystem of benefits designed specifically for older travelers. These perks are not advertised loudly. They are not plastered on billboards or pushed in email newsletters. They exist in the fine print, in the quiet corners of airline policy pages, and in the unspoken knowledge of frequent senior travelers who have figured out how to move through airports with far less stress and far more ease. If you are over 60 and you have been navigating airports the same way you did in your 40s, you are almost certainly leaving real value on the table. From dedicated assistance programs to discounted fares that never show up on comparison websites, the landscape of senior air travel is richer than most people imagine. What follows is a breakdown of 7 benefits that seniors consistently overlook. Benefits that can transform a tiring, stressful travel experience into something genuinely enjoyable. And because even the best planned trips can take an unexpected turn, travel gets a lot more enjoyable when you are prepared for whatever comes your way. If you want extra peace of mind on your next trip, take a look at Safety Wing using my link below. Most travelers associate priority boarding with elite frequent flyer status or first-class tickets. But many airlines extend early boarding privileges to passengers who simply need a little extra time, and this includes seniors. You do not need a special card or a formal disability designation to request this. At most major carriers, including American Airlines, Delta, and United, gate agents are authorized to allow early boarding for passengers who self-identify as needing additional time to settle in. The key is simply asking. Walk up to the gate agent before boarding begins, mention that you would appreciate a little extra time to board, and in the vast majority of cases, you will be waved through without question. This small act eliminates the scramble for overhead bin space, removes the pressure of navigating a crowded aisle, and gives you a calm, unhurried start to your journey. Southwest Airlines operates on an open seating model, but even there, passengers needing extra time are invited to board in a dedicated pre-boarding group before any numbered boarding position. The benefit is real, it is available right now, and it costs absolutely nothing except the willingness to ask. Here is one that surprises many people. Wheelchair assistance at airports is completely free of charge, and you do not need to be in a wheelchair full-time to use it. Under the Air Carrier Access Act in the United States, airlines are legally required to provide mobility assistance to any passenger who requests it, regardless of the reason. This means that if walking long distances through a large terminal causes you discomfort, fatigue, or pain, even occasionally, you are fully entitled to request a wheelchair and an escort from check-in all the way to your gate. The same assistance is available on arrival, where an attendant will meet you at the jet bridge and transport you to baggage claim or your connecting gate. For seniors traveling through massive hub airports like Hartsfield-Jackson, Atlanta, Dallas-Fort Worth, or Chicago O'Hare, where terminal walks can stretch to nearly a mile, this service is not just a luxury. It is a practical solution that preserves your energy for the actual trip. To arrange it, simply call your airline at least 48 hours before departure and make the request. You can also request it at check-in, though advance notice ensures a smoother experience. If you're flying more after 60, you've already learned that travel isn't just about finding the best seat or shortest TSA line. It's also about avoiding expensive surprises. A delayed flight, a medical issue away from home, or an unexpected travel problem can turn a great trip into a stressful one fast. That's why I recommend checking out Safety Wing. Many travelers focus on booking the flight and hotel, but the people who travel with confidence usually prepare for the what-if moments before they happen. Think of it this way. You hope you never need it, but if something unexpected happens during your trip, you'll be glad you planned ahead. If you want to travel with more confidence and less worry, check out my link below and see if it makes sense for your next trip. Airline pricing is notoriously opaque, and senior discounts are among the least visible benefits in the entire system. Most major airlines do not prominently advertise age-based fares, but they do exist, and they can be accessed if you know where to look. American Airlines, for instance, has historically offered senior fares for travelers aged 65 and older on select domestic routes. These fares do not always appear on third-party booking sites like Expedia or Google Flights. To find them, you often need to call the airline directly and specifically ask about senior pricing on your intended route. Beyond the airlines themselves, organizations like AARP have negotiated travel discounts with a range of partners, including car rental companies, hotels, and occasionally airlines. An AARP membership, which costs around $16 per year, can unlock savings that far exceed that annual fee within a single trip. Additionally, programs like Road Scholar, formerly known as Elder Hostel, offer deeply discounted educational travel packages designed specifically for adults over 55. These are not just budget options, they are curated experiences that combine meaningful travel with significant savings. Security screening is one of the most stressful parts of air travel for many seniors, particularly those with joint replacements, pacemakers, insulin pumps, or other medical devices and implants. What many people do not know is that the Transportation Security Administration has specific accommodations in place for older travelers. Passengers age 75 and older are eligible for modified screening procedures under TSA guidelines. This includes being allowed to keep their shoes and light jackets on during screening and receiving additional screening passes through the standard metal detector rather than being automatically directed to more intensive screening methods. For those with medical implants or devices, TSA officers are trained to conduct respectful private screenings upon request. You can also apply for TSA PreCheck, which costs $85 for a 5-year membership and allows you to use dedicated expedited lanes where laptops stay in bags, shoes stay on feet, and the entire process moves significantly faster. For seniors who travel even twice a year, the investment pays for itself almost immediately in reduced stress and time savings. Airport lounges are often seen as exclusive spaces reserved for business travelers and elite members, but access is more attainable than most seniors realize. Many credit cards marketed toward travelers, including cards from Chase, American Express, and Capital One, offer complimentary lounge access as a cardholder benefit. The American Express Platinum Card, for example, provides access to the Centurion Lounge network as well as Priority Pass lounges in hundreds of airports worldwide. If you already hold one of these cards, you may be walking past a quiet, comfortable space with free food, beverages, and seating without ever realizing you are entitled to walk right in. Beyond credit card access, some airlines offer day passes to their lounges for a flat fee, typically ranging from $50 to $75. For a long layover, this can be an exceptional value. Additionally, many airports now have designated quiet rooms and rest areas that are open to all passengers at no cost. These spaces are rarely publicized but are worth asking about at the information desk, particularly in larger international airports. Airlines are far more accommodating of medical and special needs than their public-facing communications suggest. If you require a specific seat for medical reasons, an aisle seat for easier movement, a bulkhead seat for extra legroom, or proximity to the lavatory, you can request this through the airline's special assistance line, and in many cases, these seats will be held for you at no additional charge, even when they would normally carry an upgrade fee. Travelers who require supplemental oxygen, travel with CPAP machines, or need to carry medical equipment on board have specific rights and accommodations available to them. The key is communicating with the airline in advance. Most carriers have a dedicated medical desk or special services team that handles these requests, and reaching out at least 72 hours before your flight gives them adequate time to make appropriate arrangements. Meals can also be customized for medical dietary needs. Diabetic-friendly, low-sodium, and low-fat options are available on most international flights and many domestic routes when requested in advance. The common thread across all of these benefits is the same. They exist, they are available, and they are almost never offered proactively. The seniors who benefit most from air travel are the ones who ask, who plan ahead, and who understand that the system has more flexibility built into it than it ever lets on. Knowing these 7 advantages puts you firmly in that group.